What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to How It's Done. Today I'm going to be going over an app called Taskrabbit and how you can use that to make yourself some extra money on the side, how you can do that to start your own business doing handyman stuff. If you're viewing this channel, you're subscribed to this channel, great, thank you. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe, I'm sure you'll love it. But if you're watching this, odds are you know your way around a tool and you're going to have the skills to make this work pretty easily. So for those of you that aren't familiar with TaskRabbit, it's basically an app where it puts you in touch with people that need certain skills or things done around the house. It's got a variety of different things you can do, from snow removal, handyman, just general handyman stuff, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, event planning, coordination, computer help, automotive, all sorts of different things. So I started using this app seriously about 4 months ago, and after about a month of using it, ended up getting laid off from my full-time job and continued to use this and saw it really take off when I went to this full-time. When you first start off, you're going to see a long list of what am I saying? Skills that you can say you have. Like I said, anything from snow removal to event planning. I would recommend you hone in on 3, maybe 5 different skills. Personally, I do furniture assembly. There's also one specific to IKEA furniture assembly. I also do electrical, and then I also do mounting, which is basically hanging pictures, TVs, anything like that. A lot of times my clients will have me out there to install a TV, and since I do the electrical stuff, tell them, hey, if you want me to run the electrical in the wall, that's cool too. So a little way of promoting yourself while you're there on the job. You also have little blurbs you can throw in there for the skill. For example, when you go in and say, okay, mounting, I have my own tools, I have my own stud finder. I go in and I find what the best location is for your TV, and as an added cost, I can bring the materials needed to hide the wires in the wall so you don't see them. That works out well. A lot of people seem to like that. Be aware though that starting off with this app, and this is why I would say if you're going to start in this, do it as a side hustle first and then ease your way into it full time, or have it as something you can fall back on, because starting off you're not going to make 60 bucks an hour. When I started off doing this, my rate was 15, but after a few tasks, TaskRabbit will send you in your little business link down there at the bottom. When you open the app, you'll see at the bottom it says My Business. You scroll down and it's got the different tasks that you can do. It says you're not charging enough for this task. Okay, so you increase it. After a month, my furniture assembly went from 15 bucks an hour to 22 an hour, and then up more, and it just continues to grow from there. As you get more reviews, more feedback from the clients, a lot of the clients will actually leave you reviews. I'd say probably about 90% of them actually leave reviews. So it's really important to keep your metrics up, do the task quickly, not inefficiently, but quickly. Get it done to their satisfaction. If you're there, TaskRabbit has you bill for a minimum of an hour. I've had a number of tasks that I go to where I'm like, hey look, this is only going to take me 15 minutes to install your Ring doorbell. Is there anything else you want me to take a look at while I'm there? And then people will say, well, later on I was planning on installing all these different light switches, like smart switches. What would it take for me to do that? So you have a little bit of extra time to go look at it, and they appreciate you taking that little bit extra step to take care of them. There's an elite tasker status that you can get. In order to qualify for that, you have to have completed 20 tasks in that category. So if you're doing help moving, you have to have completed 20 tasks in the help moving category over your lifespan of TaskRabbit. Doesn't need to be at the previous month, doesn't need to be within a certain time frame, just 20 total over the period of your working with TaskRabbit. You have to maintain a star rating of, I think it's 4.7, and then you have to have invoiced at least 10 tasks in that month. Once you hit that, for that specific task, it's going to say you're an elite tasker, which again, it upgrades your earning potential on that, and it helps you to make a little more. So I like it. It's something that's really helpful. Um, I might do a video in the future to kind of show where it's gone from here. Since this is my first 3 months doing it, I have an idea of some of the write-offs that I'm going to have to be using in terms of tax perspective. Um, One of them I'm sure is going to be cell phone, going to be used as a business expense. The vehicle that I'm using, I know you can deduct mileage. I'm not sure if you can do depreciation on the entire vehicle. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Probably your best bet on that is to talk to your CPA about what items you need to be tracking. Obviously, if you have to purchase special tools for doing a job, that's going to be something that you can write off as a business expense. Um, and just different things like that. Taskrabbit also has where if you have to go and buy material for a job, when it comes time to actually invoice, and the way you do that is you just submit on the task itself how many hours you worked, and it will invoice them for that many hours at your rate. Another misconception that a lot of the clients have when they come to me, and I'm not sure why this isn't focusing on my face right now, but whatever. A lot of the misconceptions that the clients have is that Taskrabbit takes a cut of what we make. If we tell Taskrabbit we want to be making $35, $40 an hour, well, that's a bad example. If we tell them we want to make $45 an hour, and we invoice the client for an hour, we get $45. That's how that works. There's no cut taken from us. I'm not 100% on how Taskrabbit does it. I've heard two different things from clients. I've heard that they charge a service fee, and then I've heard that they tack on an additional percentage on what we make. I'm not 100% sure on how it works. I will say that the rate that you set for yourself is the rate that you get paid. Taskrabbit doesn't take a cut out of what you make. If you have to buy materials for a job, tell your client, say, hey, look, if I'm going to be running these wires behind the TV, I need to go buy the wires. Here's approximately what it's going to cost. And they say, oh, okay, how do I deal with this? Say, it's okay, I'll just invoice you for it when I do the final invoice. When you go into the app to close out the task, it'll ask you how many hours you work. You put that in. It'll say, were there any materials used? That's where you'll put that in. And then the beautiful thing of it is, at the end of the day, when you look at your business and how much you've made, it'll say how much you've been paid out and how much profit you've made. So payout is the return of materials you've used included in the profit. And then profit is just money you've made for your hours spent. So I hope this was useful. In the future, I might make another video explaining how things have progressed, if I found any further tricks to increasing what your rate is, and I might even go into a little more detail of some other business deductions and things like that. So again, thank you for joining me on how it's done. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, click that little notification bell to get more videos on this, and yeah, give us a thumbs up, and thank you for joining.